Hi, everybody. I hope you're really enjoying the week so far. Today, I am going to start us off talking about the emotional aromatherapy oils. So, the emotional aromatherapy kit consists of 6 oils. I'm going to cover 3 today, and Tracy will cover 3 tomorrow. So, the very first one that I'm going to talk about is Forgive. Now, the reason I'm talking about Forgive first is because what the name suggests is obviously it's to help us in, kind of when we're feeling a bit frustrated and angry, and maybe if we are feeling like we need to forgive somebody, or maybe become a bit more patient with ourselves or with our children. And the reason that that's so important is a big Australian leader, Tara Bliss, has done this beautiful video about how using Forgive before you use any other of the emotional oils is really important, because if you are feeling a bit grumpy and you want to use cheer, you kind of probably need to forgive yourself for feeling grumpy before you can move on to actually feeling happier. Forgive is actually one of my all-time favorite of the emotional oils. I use it all the time, and generally it's because I'm feeling quite grumpy with my kids or with myself a lot of the time, because I am my own worst enemy. And so I'll use it quite often, just breathing it in like that in the diffuser. And a lot of the time when I'm using any of my emotional oils, I'll use my Forgive roller first. I'll just roll it onto my heart like that, onto my wrists, and I'll also do this. So I put it in my hands, rub my hands together, and big. And it is so calming. It's one of my favorites. It's all the trees, really. And I think some people you're not too sure about it when they first smell it. And I think when I first got it, I was like, okay. But then I've learned to love it. And I think there's just something about how grounding and beautiful it is, and how much calmer it makes me feel, that I now absolutely adore the smell. So Forgive has spruce, bergamot, juniper berry, lemon, myrrh, arbor vitae, nootka tree, thyme, and citronella in it. So yeah, it is a beautiful one. I love it in the diffuser with cheer. And I also, like I said, love to use it before I use any of the other oils, or even just when I'm feeling a bit grumpy and impatient with the world and need a bit of support in terms of that. And of course, when, something happens and you're just a little bit, I can't swear, but annoyed with somebody, sometimes just taking a big deep breath and Forgive, and kind of reminding myself that they are a human, they are a person, they make mistakes, and sometimes we just need to take a breath and calm down before we just launch into, kind of everything's going on. So yeah, Forgive is really a really important one for me, and I really encourage you to try it if you haven't yet. Anyway, the next one we'll talk about is Console. So Console is the comforting blend. This one I've used quite a lot this year, as my Nana passed away in February, and she got sick just before it. So we knew she was passing. And so I used it quite a lot. I used it as my aromatic dressing for weeks and weeks and weeks. I would put about 4 drops of Console in my 10 mils of fractionated coconut oil, and I would cover myself from the tips of my toes all the way up my body. And it just really does feel like you're getting this big hug. And it's really beautiful, just the smell. I don't know what it is that I love so much, but it's just gorgeous. So Console has frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, labdanum, amyris, sandalwood, rose, and osmanthus in it. So it is an absolutely gorgeous smelling oil, and I love to use it, like I said, if you're going through the grieving process, but also just when you're feeling a bit saddened, or, like sometimes I kind of just look at the state of the world and go, oh my goodness, what are we leaving for our children? And that's just kind of quite a heavy feeling. So I love to use Console in those moments as well, because sometimes it just kind of helps you go, it's okay. There's time. You can still work on this. And yeah, it's a really beautiful oil. and another one that I just kind of use quite a lot. I actually don't have my Console Touch with me anymore because a good friend of mine lost a friend of hers, and she was so upset, and I just pulled it out of my bag and I said, use this. Just take it. And I think that's the beauty of these oils, is that I've got them with me, and I know that when somebody I love, or any stranger really, needs them, I can just say, here, take it. It's, I know what's in it. I know that you're going to be supported through it. And just, it's important that we look after ourselves. And now the last one that we'll chat about today is Peace. So Peace is the reassuring blend. It has vetiver, lavender, ylang ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, labdanum, and spearmint. Clearly can't say that one word. But anyway, so Peace is beautiful. It's another one that it's a great one when you're just kind of overwhelmed with anything. I use it a lot on the kids, especially before church, when we need them to be a little bit calmer, because it's got all the calming oils in it. And I just find that it just helps us all just take a breath and whew. Now, Peace is also a really great one in terms of sleep. So if you find that you can't shut your brain off at night and you're just kind of whirring through everything, give Peace a try, whether it's in the diffuser or on the bottom of your feet. It's really quite helpful. My mum swears by Peace. I think she buys a bottle of Peace every month, because she uses it every single night, because it's actually made such a difference in how well she sleeps. And that's probably, it's got vetiver, lavender, marjoram, ylang ylan's even good for sleep. Clary sage is great for sleep. Frankincense. It's got such beautiful, calming, supportive oils, and they are just all fantastic sleep oils in their own right. So together they just kind of like go crazy. But yeah, so just when you're kind of feeling very overwhelmed with the world, or again upset at anything, Peace is a really great one to give a try. So I love these oils, and I could probably sit here and chat all day about them, so I'll wind myself up. But these three in particular, like I love the others, but these three in particular I use quite often. And a lot of the time for me, it's in terms of when I'm feeling really overwhelmed and I don't quite know where to go, I turn to my oils. And these three are just powerhouses in my books in terms of supporting me with whatever it is. So yeah, I hope you guys are really enjoying the week and feel like you're learning something. Tell us which of these you have or how you use them. I love to get tips and tricks, and you never know what we can learn from each other. So have a great day, and we'll chat again soon.